All right, my darlings, we are ready. Now, videos on, please. This is full and live participation. I need to see you for these energetics because I'm going to come in a little bit and help you. So we're going to start with some serious for me. We're going to start with some quite business coachy type stuff where we're going to do a SWOT analysis on your business, but it's all from an energetic point of view. So we really want to, when we grow our businesses, when we plan to enter a cocoon and really grow what we're doing, we want to be really sensible and maybe, but we certainly want to be energetic and we really want to be intentional about where we want to grow. So before you enter any kind of pressure cooker or cocoon or any kind of business growth period, you really want to think about what needs to stay and what needs to go. Because if your business was going to grow from the point it's at now, it would have done it already, right? When things are stuck and clunky, it's because something needs to shift. And oftentimes it's the tiniest little tweak. And you guys know this, right? That's why you still practice doing your journaling in the morning and the nighttime, right, Fiona? Okay, all right, I'm just going to share my screen with you guys so I can show you the little Canva presentation that I made, because I do have, oh yeah, everyone on here knows me well. Good. Okay, share. Look at me, I'm far too excited to like even focus. Right, sharing my screen. Oh, good. Robin. Hello, Robin. All right, let's get this presentation underway. All righty. All right, so what we're doing here is we're going to set yourself to transformation mode. In order to transform, you need to know where you're going. We're going to decide what to manifest inside your cocoon. So lots of the women on here are in Emerge with me, right? So you're deciding just how you're going to change inside Emerge. If you're not in Emerge and you want to be, talk to me afterwards. And planning your sustenance for your journey. Whenever you're going to grow, you have to plan, you know, like you wouldn't set out on a massive car ride down to the South Island without packing some snacks, right? Like you'd pack your phone charger and you'd pack some water and you might, you know, pack some nuts. You're going to think about what you need to support you while you're making that journey. It's the same with business growth. You know, you're not a machine. Okay. All right. You guys all know me. You all know me already. That says I'm Michelle and I'm crazy. Okay. All right, what the heck are we doing? In order to emerge as a new version of ourselves, we need to be willing to let go of what and who we were. And sometimes that's tricky, especially when we've already done such a lot of work. We're like, but I worked really hard to get that bitch into reality, right? But there's always the next version is always going to be best. Just like I was talking to a young kid, he must be 19 and he's freaking out about turning 20. And I was like, darling, like it just gets better every decade. He's like, does it really? And I'm like, yes, it does. And it's the same with each version of your business. It just gets better and better, right? Like, do you remember to 5 versions ago of your business and what it's like now? Like, it's always better, right? Like, change is always for the best. So we need to be willing to let go of who and what we were before. So only once we've let go do we have the capacity to embrace a new awareness, trust, faith, skills, and tools. Just as the caterpillar enters the cocoon to support transformation, so can we. So it's about speeding up that process, really. So the cocoon is not only a container to hold the caterpillar steady, it's actually a place to turn up the heat. Because without turning up the heat, you're not going to melt away the shit that needs to go so that you can emerge. We cannot put a pair of wings on a chubby little caterpillar and expect that motherfucker to fly. We've got to shape it, mold it, pressurize it, and grow it, right? Like all growth is going to have some discomfort. If it was easy, everyone would be laying around in bed underneath the covers transforming, but they're not. You know that it takes a little bit of pressure and a little bit of uncomfortableness. But those that have worked with me already know, right, that out the other side is much better. Okay, how we're going to roll. There are 4 parts to this cocoon. We're going to start with a SWOT and we're going to end with some magnificent energetics. You're really going to like it. If you've got any specific questions along the way around your business, please pop them into the chat box and I'll answer them in the Ask Me Anything questions. There are some massive energetic shifts tucked away inside of here. So even though it's light and frivolous and funny, it will get you a really serious shift. So just be prepared. Okay, The energetic SWOT. Grab your little piece of paper. So looking at what is from an energetic point of view tells you what must be cleared out in order to enter the cocoon of transformation. So right back when I did my MBA, like the SWOT that we got taught is all about what other people think about your business and what the gaps are in the market. That's a surefire way to grow a business that you hate, right? The SWOT will help you to grow a business that you love and that serves you. So what is sweet about your business? And don't think too deeply, like whatever comes to the surface of your mind. What is it about your current offerings that you still find thoroughly juicy? What is it that is still really yummy? I'll do it along with you so I know timings. Okay, now what about your current offerings? And when I say offerings, I mean things that you're selling, whether that's for free or a little amount of money or a big amount of money, it doesn't matter to energetics. Wash out. What about your current offerings is tanking your energy? So your mind might think it's a really good idea because it's always been done. But let's say you're doing group coaching and one-on-one coaching, and you're also offering a membership. And every time you think about your membership, you're like, oh, God, I feel tired. And honestly, the real truth to growing your business, I mean, yes, you can learn all sorts about marketing and business structure and visibility, and you've got to do all those things. But if you only ever did exactly what lit you up, you would make a fuck ton of money. It's just that society tells you it's the other way around. Okay. What is out of line? What are you just doing for the money? Or because someone else said that it would fit your business model? Or because you saw someone else doing it and it looked like a good idea and looked like they were making money? Or because you've just always done it that way. It's always been offered. I'm just going to turn off my dehumidifier. What about your current offerings is not sustainable or in alignment with the future that you want to create? What are you going to tip out? If you want to create a life of freedom, is it really sensible to be doing one-on-one work? If you want to create a massive passive income, does it make sense to only have one or two products? And every business can be turned passive, and every business can be turned, further than one-to-one work. And we quite often have stories in our head about how our work can't be, one to many because it's so personalized. But like, look at the work that we do here together. Like, some of you have been in BAC with me, some of you are in Magical Millionaire membership. Like, we get some powerful shit done as a group, right? So don't fall into the trap that you can't do group work. Even for you, Sarah, like, imagine like a group photography of women for their, their business pages or their social media. Like, they vibe off each other. Like, doing things in groups is far more energetic. Does anyone need some more time for that SWOT?
I'm good.
I've got this recorded anyway, guys, so if you want a copy, just let me know and I'll email it out to you. And then you'll have all the questions. That's a much better SWOT, isn't it, than strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Honestly, that makes me gag. Because there are no threats. It's all opportunities. Oops.
True.
Why is it not letting me? There we go. Okay. The next activity is the timeline. So I want you to do a timeline of your business, right? Not of your entire life, but I want you to think about the very first time, not you set up your first business, but when you first set up this business that you're currently wanting to grow now. What were the things that happened along the way? Because we think that it's some kind of sick, twisted karma, or it's just a fluke, or it's luck, or it's outside pressures. But the truth is that the universe is always communicating with us and giving us little nudges in the right direction. But we can miss them when we don't like fly up and get a bird's view of it. So I want you to think about, so just take a bit of time, maybe grab a nice big bit of paper and just write down the events that kind of stick in your mind. So you might even want to close your eyes and think about like, what was happening when I first set up the business? What was the first big hurdle? What was the first big juicy things? And maybe like don't write out so many words, but maybe just draw a picture that kind of will stimulate what you were thinking or feeling or what happened at that time on your timeline. So go until you've got about 5 things that stick into your mind. We'll do it together. Close your little eyes if you need to. Just makes it better. What are you doing? Come here. Okay, now I want you to have a look at what's gone on. So what come up for me was, it was kind of like a nice ease and flow, and then people would be challenged by my success, followed by another ease and flow, followed by another success. And what I want you to do with that timeline is I want you to look at it, and I want you to ask it, like, if this timeline could give you any clue as to what you're meant to be doing, what would it be saying? So for me, mine is that every time I'm triggering someone and they're pushing against me, it's when I'm due for my next growth period. So that's what my timeline is telling me. When it feels hard, it's about to get easy. So just take a look at your overall timeline. What do you think the message in that timeline is for you? If God was trying to talk to you through that timeline, what would he be telling you? she be telling you? And if it's not quite leaping out at you right now, it will come to you, right? Like when you go to sleep tonight, you'll have some sort of dream, or it'll just plop into your head later. So don't worry about if it's not quite popping in for you. Okay, we're going to move into the next activity, the green-eyed monster. The green-eyed monster is jealousy, right? Like whenever we look at something and we're triggered or we're jealous or we're like, oh, stink, I was going to do that, or I couldn't possibly do that because someone else is already doing it. Those green-eyed monster moments show you where you're actually supposed to be, right? There is room for thousands of women to be doing what you're doing. And we're each here to work with a soul group. So when we mistakenly think that someone else is doing it better, we're negating the fact that actually we're here to work with a core group of people. And if we don't show up to serve those core group of people, then our core group of people, sure, they might go and get help somewhere else, but it's not going to be as shit hot as if they worked with you, right? So you are here for a certain amount of people. So I want you to answer these questions. What triggers you or makes you go, oh, how dare she, when you see other people's offers? I'll do it with you. And try not to judge the answers, right? Because when you don't judge it, when you just put down the first answer that comes to you, it comes from soul. The second and third answers that come to you are always from your brain, right? But the answers that come to you from soul will get you the biggest growth. So what I just wrote down was people doing $37 courses. Well, clearly I've got no problem with people, like whatever they do, whatever they want to do is fine for them. But what it's telling me is that for me, it's time for me to create some smaller offer that I can do for $37 courses, right? So it's leading me in a direction. Doesn't necessarily say anything about you as a person, it's leading you in a direction. What sparks your creativity that when you see other people's offerings? So what do you look at and go, oh, I could do that, or I could do a spin on that, or like what really gets your juices flowing? And now what sparks your jealousy when you see others' offers? What snags your stories when you see others' offers? Like, oh, that won't work, or that's too cheap, or that's too expensive. That's been tried before. That's not what my marketing guru said. What lights you up when you see others offering it? And now I want you to take a broad overview of that, and I'll show you how it's done. And the quicker you do it, the better. So what triggers me or makes me go, how dare you, is looking at the $37 offers. What sparks my creativity is retreats. What sparks my jealousy, what did I write down? I can't read what I wrote down. What snags my stories? She looks too out there. Won't people hate on her? And then I'm like, God damn, are those stories still there? Right? But then what I look at, what I get out of that is where my future is supposed to be. What I'm supposed to be doing to grow my business right now is be more visible. So the stories that are showing up for me are the things that I need to overcome. So if I'm like, oh, she looks a bit out there, well, it's time for me to be even more out there, right? It makes me cringe on the inside. But I know that if I do the thing that makes me cringe on the inside and solve the stories, that I will reach even the next level of my business, right? This is how I go higher and higher and higher and higher. My accountant told me off this year for earning too much money. He's like, careful, we're going to need to do something with that. But right, you just keep going higher and higher and higher. And it tells me that I'm going to need to offer a retreat. So it's probably going to be in Portugal, right? How amazing would that be? And that I need to make a $37 offer. And as I was writing it out, it came to me that it needs to be around boundaries. So watch this space. You'll see that eventually, right? I action everything really quickly because otherwise it loses its power. This is growing in the quantum. This is growing using energetics. So don't sit on these ideas for 100 years. Action them. Do the thing that scares the bloody pants off you. So just take a moment and look at what you've written down and tap into what does that mean for your business growth. Not really sure how it's possible to be any more out there. They'll have me running around naked soon. Just going to plug in my phone, otherwise, because I'm connected to the Wi-Fi on my phone. So just give me a second. Pretty sure that wouldn't be good for business, running around naked.
Depends what sort of business.
You haven't seen my naked body. Trust me, it's not good for business. Oh yeah, closed home. Like, all right, okay. I'm a divine goddess with a sexy body.
Yes.
I'm reverse aging. I get hotter and sexier every day. Righty ho. And like I say, you can come back to this, right? And if you really can't rustle it out, well, then you can always book a one-on-one with me, or you can ask in the Emerge Facebook group. Okay. Are you ready? This is where we dive into energetics. This is super fun. This is the Department of Life Affairs, right? This is like over in the energetic realm. This is in the quantum. This is quite galactic. So this is really, really fun. So I want you guys to turn your paper over. So you've got a blank bit of paper to write on so that you can do automatic writing while you are deep. Okay, close your little papers. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Shut your door if you need to. Get yourself warm. Okay, close your little peepers. Feet flat on the floor for me. Have yourself nice and comfortable. And I just want you to breathe nice and deeply. And I want you to let go of everything that is outside of you. I've put us all of us, into the same cocoon. And I'm going to take you somewhere where eventually you get into your own cocoon, but I want us in the same cocoon so that I can protect all of your energy. So I really want you to surrender. I know that it doesn't feel safe to surrender. I promise you nothing will happen to you while you're under my care, right? I have you 100, 1000% protected. Take some deep breaths, and we're going to call in some support that you might know, and some galactic support that you might not know. So we're going to call in Maelstrom. He's someone that works with me personally, and he's going to set up like an electric, energetic kind of field around us. Archangel Michael, because we know who he is. It's nice and safe. He's got his wings around us. Archangel Raphael to help us to heal. Archangel Ariel wants to come in for clarity and love. Okay, that's nice. Who else wants to step forward? Archangel Metatron from the galactic side. And Ananka. Ananka is someone who I've been connecting with that is from the star of Pleiades. Okay, she's just going to help us to see really clearly, like to see beyond the veil. So take some deep breaths for me. I want you to be in perfect alignment, have your chakras aligned. So turn on Mula Bandha for me. So squeeze your belly button down towards your pubis, and then bring your chest forward so that your spine is nice and straight. Roll your shoulders back, and then again, turn on that Mula Bandha. So you're flattening off your lower back a little bit. It should feel like it's using your muscles to actually stay here. And now I just want you to do little figure of eights to the side. So to the right and the left, just create a little infinity symbol with your hips. Just going to surrender. We're going to connect your energy down to your earth star chakra, so you're nice and held. And then we're going to connect your soul star chakra, so that's where your purpose, where information about your purpose comes in. We're going to connect you to that, up, right up to the greater sun. You're connected on both points. You can probably feel your breath slowing down a little bit. You can feel yourself letting go. It's like when you fall under anesthetic, you might resist it a little bit. Just really let go. Perfectly safe and healed. I'm going to take you to a place where you're going to get to experience some very real information about your future and your business. I want you to notice like you are being not dragged backwards, but like you are falling backwards at a very slow pace. It's just like it's an automatic fade into the background. And things get a little hazier and a little deeper, but at the same time, they feel a bit brighter. And I really want you to feel that your particles are beginning to expand and that your inner vision is coming to life. And you begin to notice that your surroundings and your inner vision are changing. All of a sudden, you notice that you're in what looks like a hive. Like if you imagine a beehive, and on the inside, it might have a whole lot of little hexagonal chambers where bees are busy sleeping or making honey or making baby bees or whatever they're doing, growing their bee businesses. I want you to look around you energetically and see that there is a whole hive of activity in this little beehive. There are little cubby holes with little bees and little things going on everywhere. Now, I want you to notice that a certain level of hexagonal cubby holes is shining brighter than the others. And this is the floor or the level where people are talking or talking to their spiritual teams about their business fulfillment of their purpose work on earth after they have departed. Now you are getting a real treat because you are getting to have the whole afterlife conversation before you even depart, right? So when you depart, you have a life review, which shows you like the things that you did that were in alignment, and it helps you to kind of figure out what you're going to do in the next life and where kind of the holes are that you need to plug. You're getting to see that now. We're going to go to a cubbyhole where you get to experience the things that you can call forth now, like what are the holes in your business so that you can fulfill your purpose work even more, because that's where your juicy business growth is. That's where you get quantum results and ease and flow. So I want you to notice that one of those chambers is shining a little bit brighter than the others. And as you float on up to that chamber, you notice that you are inside there. There is another little you inside that chamber interviewing you as a third person. So you are interviewing yourself for your life review. I want you to float on into that room. In the first you, ask the second you, what did you offer that fulfilled your life's purpose? Notice what comes. What else did you do that fulfilled your life's purpose? What could you have added to fulfill your life's purpose? Write down anything that you want to remember on that piece of paper. And at this end of your life, what do you wish you had added now that you know that anything that you wanted to do would have been divinely supported to succeed? And what would you now like to add, knowing that you can transform into any new version of yourself at any time? What do you choose? Now behind you, your fairy godmother appears. She's an older version of you. She's kind of flitting around behind you. Now there's 3 yous in the room. One that's interviewing you, one that is you being interviewed, and now an older version of you. She opens a hidden sliding door in the back panel of the little chamber that you're in. And it reveals a room full of support items, full of shelves of things and items and feelings and people. And she clucks about and she's gathering this and that to add to your little basket. So you notice now that there is a little basket in her hand, and she's pulling items off the shelf that she thinks you need, hearing what you said about how you want to grow. She is selecting items that you need for support inside your cocoon for your journey of transformation. Notice what she's picking up. It might be quite, nonsensical, but think about the item and what it represents to you and your support. And now remind your fairy godmother of anything else that you feel you need or desire for your transformation journey. Get her to add it to the basket. Then the you that was interviewing you stands up from her seat and reveals that there is another secret door behind her. She opens a secret door and it reveals a pod-like shape. The you that was being interviewed enters this room. You see a cocoon in there that looks like a pod. I want you to take note of the colors, the shapes, and any feelings, and I want them to record those on your piece of paper. They're important. Color or colors. Any shapes. And any feelings. And now you're invited to step into the cocoon and you get to watch a time lapse of your transformation journey. So hop into that little pod, into your little cocoon. Lie down. You're going to be showing a movie. We're going to close a little lid on your cocoon. You feel perfectly, beautifully, energetically free inside here. You're going to be showing a little movie of what gets to leave your business through your transformation journey. And now you notice what arrives brand new or reworked inside your business. And then you notice how you stayed on track and were sustained throughout this transformation journey. You see little flashes of little movies, of the people that supported you, the kind of places that you ended up. And now a beautiful picture comes forward in your mind like it was far away, but it comes closer and closer and closer. And this is what your business looks like at the other side of your transformation journey. You see yourself emerge into this new business. What is it? What looks different? What is the overriding feeling now that you have transformed? And most important of all, what is the overarching belief that this newly transformed version of you holds to be true? What does this new version of you believe? And now you step out of that cocoon and you just feel so delicious. Like you've got those colors, you've got the shape, you've got that belief. It just feels so good. Like this is what ease and flow feels like, right? When you tap into this energy, that's energetics at play. This is ease and flow. This is what you get through emerge, like how to tap in and out of this at will. And now you walk out of the cocoon, back into the little hexagon chamber with the several U's. You give them each a hug and come back into the main kind of hall area of the beehive. And you notice that the beehive is starting to fade for you. It's fading from your vision. And you begin to feel the denseness of your body coming back to you. And you begin to notice the air around you. You notice the light seeping in through the cracks of your eyes. You notice any sounds in the room. You notice the feel of the outside of your body, of the inside of your body. And I want you to take a deep breath and wriggle your fingers and your toes. And slowly come back to us. Open your eyes when you're ready. It's always so tempting to stay there. You can see why so many of us just want to be there all the time, right? But we do have to come back and take aligned action because we've got work to do. Wow, I love doing that. I just see something different every single time. Pretty good, huh? Did you see some cool things? Yeah. Don't be afraid of it. Everything is possible, guys. That's what they kept saying to me the whole time. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. You're here to do big things. It's time to believe it. Okay. So what we've done during this masterclass is to help you figure out what you do and don't want. Really important. Otherwise, you just head off in the wrong direction. Showing you what is in alignment for your business offerings, because that's how you make the money in ease and flow instead of hustle. Giving you a taste of what your transformation journey will look like inside of Emerge. Made a list of support so you can grow your business sustainably. If you don't take on the support, you're going to burn out. Okay. Now, because most of you in here are in Emerge, I'm going to take you through what the 4 parts of Emerge are. Okay, so Emerge was basically supposed to be a 3-week program and it morphed into a 20-week energetic monster because as I started doing it, I realized that there was layers of healing that had to be done. Like we had to take off all the masculine constructs that have been layered over the top of us so that we could let the feminine magic out. Like that is the secret to how you get everything in ease and flow, is diving into your magic. But you've been told that you're not magic, you've been told that you're crazy, and you've been told that this is the way that you structure a business, right? Yes, of course you need structure in business, but you're a female with access to magic. Why would you not use it, right? But we need to get rid of some of the older shit first. So it's basically 20 energetic trainings, 3 live sessions, and a whole lot of bonuses, like I always do. Short, powerful weekly energetic training. So it's not a hard slog Emerge. It's really quite easy to do. So most of the lessons will take like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you might have one activity to do around it. And it's over 20 weeks because it really takes time. Like if you try to do it any faster, then it can energetically blow you out. If you feel like you want to go faster, you can. But it really should be done over a slow time. So it's a deep transformation healing, but it feels easy breezy. It's for you if you're ready to turn up the intuition and operate in your business. Like you are all intuitive already. We all are. It's just about recognizing what it is. And I'm pretty excited that the first live that we're doing is actually on Monday. I'm pretty excited about it. Like I'm taking you through the different levels, like how it feels to be just outside of your energetic body. And that's like kind of physical attunement. That's where most people operate. And they're like, yeah, I'm doing it. There are so many other levels to that. I'm going to take you up to the angelic level, and then I'm going to take you up to galactic level. So I'm going to show you how each of those different layers feels so that you know which layer you're tapping into, so that you can go, take me to galactic, take me to angelic, take me here, there, or anywhere, right? That's how you tap in. This is for you if you want to access quantum energetics and get results from ease and flow instead of hustle. I never do anything in my business unless I check in that it's the right and aligned action. Otherwise, it's just busy work for the sake of fucking busy work. And I might as well be riding my horse or lounging about reading my book, right? So it should always be aligned. This is for you if you're ready to create powerful offers that sell themselves because they're in alignment and hot as heck. There is no point in doing all this healing and tapping into your magic if you're not then going to bring forth an offer in the world, right? This is about more than just magic. This is about actually growing your business. So the first part is accessing your soul. So I teach you how to get deeper into soul, how to work in the dreamscape, how to work with various angels, how to work with various entities. And most importantly, this one down here, galacting, recoding for evolution and past life activations. They are full on. It's about accessing past lives and honing in on the gifts that you had in those past lives so that you can bring them forward for this offer that you're going to create now. That's super powerful. Masculine delamination. I didn't even know I was going to do this. This got channeled to me and it's pretty fucking weird if I do say so myself. And I'm used to weird, but this is really out of the box for me. It's not something that I'd normally do. And I was almost uncomfortable about putting it there because I'm like, oh, it feels weird. But they said that we needed it. So it's what we've got. It's about scraping back the shit that's been put on us so that we can actually access our magic. Accessing quantum magic. This is the fun part. There's actually two parts of this. So diving into magic that can be applied in a practical way. There's no point being magic unless you can actually apply that practically, right? So we really want to get you deep into manifesting what you desire into the physical realm. It's about how you can actually go and access the quantum. So there's sacred geometry, there's all sorts of work in here. Crafting aligned and hot as fuck offers. That's the last part, right? So training a method for creating your hottest offers from soul, right? Directly how to create it from soul. Creating a sales page in a specific flow, and then your emerging ceremony where you can get me to look at your offer and we can look at what you're doing and I can give you some advice around it. So those are the 4 parts to emerge. What's included, the 3 live coaching sessions, all of the soul access methods, the galactic recoding for evolution. They were downloaded to me while I was in Whangarei and I was going through integration of 5D energy. It was fucking intense. I thought I was going insane, right? It was full on intense. I was having like physical like jerk reactions inside my body and Colin's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I went and had all sorts of healing. I thought maybe there was something going on. It wasn't. It was just an integration of a new energy. And I don't think that 5D energy is that intense for everyone. I think they made it intense for me so that I would pay attention to it and create something to make it easier for other people. I always tend to get shown first because I'm here to support light workers, right? Like, and you're all light workers. So I guess that's why it was so crazy. But they basically channeled to me a series of movements and essential and plants and crystals that would help us through each stage of it. Some people are going through it now. Some people are yet to go through it. We can't all go through the 5D energy shift all at the same time. Otherwise, the world will be utter chaos. So that's why some get to experience it before others. You guys, being leaders of the light, will get to experience it before other people because you guys are supposed to be leading people through it. I might lead you through it, but then you in turn are supposed to go and help other people through it. There's all sorts of stuff in here. Honestly, there's just huge and magnificent stuff. When I added it all up, as I like to do, it was around $6,500. It's nowhere near that. It's at $1,600. There's also a payment plan available. If you do the pay in full instead of the payment plan, you get 333 Magic Michelle dollars back. So you can choose to credit that on any other program that you want to. And I give you the full suite of the Galactic Recoding for Evolution. I didn't include them in Emerge because I think it would just be too much for everyone. So I've included enough for the 20 weeks, but there is more. There is much, much more. Okay. Alrighty. So if you want to talk to me about Emerge, stay on with me and we'll talk about it afterwards. For now, what questions do you have for me? Anyone want to share what they found, what they saw, any questions about what we did? Go ahead and take yourself off mute and talk to me. Go on, tell me what was inside your cocoon. Yeah, go ahead, tell us, Lena.
I, through many years, or actually my whole life, Egypt for some reason has always been in the back burner speaking to me. And when I am in more flow with my energetics and everything, it's even louder. And I actually saw in the walkthrough that you did with us, these pyramids just emerged, and I understood deeper of who I'm supposed to accept within myself as that priestess to go ahead. And because I've always been very shy, I wasn't, my family and everyone was like, no, you're just crazy. But I knew deep within my heart that I was having these experiences, that I was seeing these other entities that no one else would be to validate, and they would think I was just crazy because who talks about aliens and who talks about seeing other figures. And I saw these other figures. I saw the love and the support, that to tell me it's okay, it's time to get to that level, because there's so many out there that need that. They're experiencing it, but they can't, they're afraid to come out. And it's okay to be that light, and it's okay to shed this and allow the pyramids, allow everything to come through. And I just felt like this warmth, love, this compassion, and just this light. It was just amazing.
I'm so happy for you, Lena. I'm so happy. And I just know what you're going to come out with is going to be amazing. I just can't wait. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Lena. You're definitely not crazy. So please, you found us, your tribe of people. Beautiful. Who else wants to share with us what they saw? You want to share with us, Lydia?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't super clear, but I did get quite a real feeling that, yeah, it's about, for me, it's about just helping people, realize that the magic within them and the potential within them. And I'm wanting to do that through courses and coaching, but I've been doing a bit of coaching, and just my enthusiasm sort of spills out, and I keep sort of feeling like, oh, I'm not a proper coach because I'm not being quiet enough and stuff, but it does sort of, it does have results, and they can feel that. So I just have to be willing to accept what I'm already like, and not try and change who I am to be this other thing. And it sort of, that became quite clear in that pod, just, you've got everything, just let it out and share it. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And that word potential is really important for you. I want you to write that word potential down, because I think that'll be quite important for your marketing messages. You're right. You're definitely here to drag people out into the light, Lydia. Definitely. Isn't this exciting? The work that we get to do in the world, like the changes we get to make for other people, are just freaking amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Anyone else want to share with us what they saw, or anything that they gleaned from that, or how they felt?
I think for me, what really came out was healing. Like, I think the world needs a little bit of healing at the moment. And that's my purpose, is to do a lot more healing.
Yeah, I was so pleased when I saw the retreat that you were offering. I was like, this is exactly what people need. More of this, bigger scale. Yeah. Nice. So happy the world has you, Kathy. Robin.
My pod was filled with a turquoise light with a whole lot of gold stars, and it was it's just feeling of joy and flow. And I think a lot of the message from that was to surrender, let go, and listen, because if I listen, the direction is there in front of me. Like, it's more about listening and not striving so much. And like retreats was a big thing for me, and working with medical students at the start of their medical journey. So that came through, which was quite a a big thing for me. I've just started teaching at the medical school. So, and I think the thing is that you can grasp onto what the right way to go is, but from my timeline, it was like, oh, that's why I was led to do that training, or that was why I was here. And so it was about letting go, surrendering, and trusting the process that you're on the right path.
Yeah, and that's amazing, like healing those people at the beginning of their medical journey so they're not broken by the time they get through it, Robin. That's freaking amazing. No one is doing that. The world is a lucky place. Very lucky. All right. Sarah, do you want to share with us, darling?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's too serious.
Oh, there is two of you.
That was the other one.
Okay, Sarah Chan,
like,
you share first.
Yeah, what really came through for me is like I've always felt like my business is a part of me, and it's really clear. Actually, no, like my business it has to be a separate entity, and the community is so key. And this real emphasis on like I have to create this community, because healing happens in community, and when people are able to be witnessed with what they're feeling, like that's actually when the healing happens, because so many people are hiding their shame and hiding their brokenness, and just this absolute it's funny because all the images of like creating this community, it was just like this, it was like dripping honey, and how much like honey is so sweet and juicy, and it brings light to people's eyes, and just this, it's the community itself that will create that. I've just got to create the space for the community to come to.
Yeah, and that you're so right. Like we hide away with our wounds. Like imagine like Lena, if she was supported, right back then. I mean, everything for a reason, right? Like those scars, Lena, help us to help others. But imagine if we didn't have to have it. Yeah. Other Sarah, do you want to share with us, darling? You don't have to. Like no one ever has to share anything. It's completely fine. You don't have to.
Okay, I won't share this.
It's fine, darling. Okay, anyone else? Okay, anyone else want to share? Okay, all right, my darlings. Okay, stay on here if you're not in a merge and you want to talk to me. Otherwise, have a beautiful and fantastic day forward, and we certainly are bloody rising. We are rising for sure, my loves. See you in Portugal.
Thanks, Michelle. Thanks very much.
You're welcome, darling.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Ciao.